Good afternoon. This is Debbie Bratton, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Robert, Missouri. I'm hopping on here this afternoon to show you day 6 of my Boardwalk Fun classes or videos. And I'm really crooked today. Really crooked. Let me see if I can fix it. I'll have to go the wrong way first. Really crooked. Let me see if I can fix it. I'll have to go the wrong way first. Okay, now we'll see. Okay, now we'll see. Okay, I turned off the sound to my laptop. Oh my. It takes a little bit to show up on my laptop. I have to go just a little bit more. I'm usually not this crooked. If you're watching, if you could say hello, hopefully I will see your text or your comments. Lately it hasn't been working for me very well, but I will see them when I sign off from the live, and I can answer you then if you have any questions. One more try. I've been having fun making these cards using the Boardwalk suite. Well, I'm not sure if it's a suite, but I have the stamp set, the dies, and the paper. So I was finished with day 5, and then I saw this card by Christine Bertram, and I thought, oh, that's just so pretty, I have to make that one. So that's why we're working today with this last one. I put a little bit of the DSP on the inside. I just think it has such pretty colors that go well with, and the black just makes everything pop. So let's get started. I hope you're all having a good Saturday afternoon. It's sunny here, but it's only 60, so it's a little chilly for May 2nd. We can't seem to make up our mind here. Some days we're almost in the 90s, and then the next day we're in the 60s. It really does a number on your sinuses and stuff. At least it does for me. And trying to decide what to wear when I walk out of the house. Either I've got a coat on and I'm sweating, or I think, oh, it looks so sunny, and I don't put a coat on and I'm freezing. So let's get, here are the measurements. I wrote them out this morning here so that you could take a picture, a screenshot, and I try to remember all the steps, not like the last one I did where I left off 2 steps and had to put arrows and stuff for you to see. So this is Boardwalk Fun number 6. And it just takes a little bit of DSP. Actually, this is the back side. This DSP is the back side of this DSP, so I just really used one piece of DSP. And I'm thinking that the petal pink is a great color to contrast with it. So first of all, we have this large piece of DSP, and it's going to get glued down onto this piece of petal pink. Now, they're very small borders on the 1/16 of an inch borders, either are an 1/8 inch maybe. Let me see. Yes, 8. There's an 1/8 of an inch difference, just so that you can see more of the DSP. And notice I needed the circle, so I just cut it out of the middle. That way you can save more paper. You know, I just got some new glue for my glue press here, so I'm going to use it to see how this works. Oh, it works pretty good. I must be pressing too hard. I think this refill has a bigger tip on it than my other set did. I'm going to put some glue on this and glue it down first too, so that when I put the DSP on top, I'm not going to get glue all over my glass mat. I want to put this on going the correct way. I think this can come down just a tad. That's one thing about using the mono adhesive glue, is that you have a little bit of time to adjust if you need to. Whereas with the Stamp and Seal, it's kind of permanent as soon as you put it down. Then I'm going to line this one up with this 1/8 of an inch border. Well, I guess it's a 16th because it's an 1/8 of an inch smaller. So there's a 16th on each side. So that looks pretty good. Now next we're going to work with, for this middle spot. And see, this is just the opposite side. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of here. My friend Anna gave me this glue press and I just love it. I don't get glue all over my fingers. I don't get glue on my glass mat as much. Okay, there we go. So now before we attach this to the card or anything, we're going to add the ribbon, which I did not look up my ribbon before I started this. Hopefully, here it is. It's right on top of my ribbon basket. So I'm going to need some tear and tape. I didn't do very good getting myself prepared for this, did I? Because now I don't know where I put my tear and tape. Found it. Turn this over and I'm just going to add a little bit of tear and tape at the bottom. Some there. And, oh, I got a giant piece for this side. That's okay. Okay, and then I'm going to put 2 pieces on my hand so that I can put it on top once I get the ribbon where I want it. My Picket tool, I've had it since the Picket tool came out, and I really think that the little prongs that hold my pointy piece in there are kind of like wearing down because it likes to fall out much easier than it used to. But I've had it for many years. So I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm just going to put it down here, and I'm going to go around to the front. Now if you want to, you could stop there, cut another piece, but I'm just going to go ahead and go across and just keep one continuous piece. And I'm going to lay it right next to that first piece. Then I'm going to find my ribbon scissors. I'm just going to tack it down with these pieces of tape just in case it wants to come up after I get the card put together. Well, I got that piece is really stuck there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take about, oh, I don't know, when I have these nails, sometimes it's hard for me to tie a bow or anything, so I'm going to use probably more than you need. I'm going to say about 5 inches. I'm going to take 2 of them at 5 inches. And I'm going to slide this underneath here. And I'm going to tie a knot. If I'm lucky, I can get the knot in one try. Not so lucky. There we go. Okay, we're going to start over. One of the simplest things on this card is the knot. And it's going to be the hardest thing I have to do. Isn't this crazy? When I did it on the sample, it was just like 1, 2, 3. My knot was tied. I keep getting one side in and not the other. We're going to try one more time, and if it doesn't work, we will put it away for later. I got one end through. Now can I get the other end through? There we go. See, like I have way too much, I know, but look how much I had to struggle just to do it with that long of a piece. I can imagine if I try to do it shorter. So I'm just going to cut these ends off here to make it kind of look like a little bow. I really cut those short. Okay, well, we have a little bow. We're going to make it be a very small bow, since I messed up and cut that other one so short. There we go. It's a teeny bow now. Let me throw these away. And this is how I keep my ribbon. I just bought a bunch of these little bitty clip binders, or binder clips. And I just clip it like that, and they'll still stack and everything. And it just keeps them from unraveling in my basket of ribbon I have here. Okay, so now I have that done. Next, I'm going to take my ink, and I'm going to stamp Consider Yourself Tugged. It comes from the banner stamp set, and then it has a punch that punches out 3 different sizes of banners. And so I have some already cut out because I just have a little container with them in there. I'm going to put it all the way to the right so I can angle the left side. And I'm going to get it stamped in there correctly. That was way up too high. That's better. There are 3 different sizes, and I could have used a different size banner, but I already had several of these in my little container, so I decided to use a larger one and just maybe cut it like this. There we go. the palm trees to put onto our circle. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of them. And you can put them on here anywhere you like. I'm going to put this one kind of to the left side of the circle. And then this one next to it. You could kind of maybe like cross there. You know how sometimes you see palm trees, they're crossed? I'm going to try that on this one. And I'm going to trim off this extra here. Whoops. I didn't have it sealed very well. All right, so now we're going to add this to our section here. You can pop this up if you want to. I'm just going to leave it flat. I'm going to kind of lay these here so that I can tell exactly where I'm going to put the circle. And I don't want to put glue all the way to the left side because it might get stuck and then it will not look right if it's all crooked like that. So we're just going to kind of go like this. And I think that looks pretty good. I left a little bit more room. I better see if it's going to go off. No, it won't go off the paper. Off the front. That's the only thing you'd want to be sure you have it over far enough so it's not hanging. It could come over just a little maybe. If we can get it up here. Just a little like that. Okay. Next we're going to take, I just had some of the 2024 to 2026 Glimmer Paper left. And this is Poppin' Petunia. And I thought it went well with this color. Probably more so with the bigger piece with the different colors of purple. But it all looks good. Then I'm going to put some small dimensionals back here. I'm so glad we have these small ones now. I can remember when we only had the large ones and you had to cut them, or actually at the very beginning when I started Stampin' Up! In 2003, what we used for dimensionals was when we had the red rubber stamps and we had to cut them out ourselves. We saved all the red rubber from cutting out the stamps and used that as dimensionals. It worked very well too. But now we don't have to cut our own stamps. In fact, now we don't even have red rubber. It did used to kind of get pretty boring if you ordered a lot of stamp sets at once. You spent a whole evening cutting them out. So we're going to put this right here. Now this time, for this one, I only have one bird to put on. So I'm just going to put it right here. The birds come from the Scenic, I can't remember if it's Scenic Coast is the paper, Scenic Coast. And I don't really remember what the name of the stamp set is now. Let me see. Well, I don't have it right. It's Scenic something though. Let me just look. Of course, when you want to find something, you can't find it. So, I think I found it now. Here's the dies that it comes out. they're called, yeah, the Sunset Coast. It's Scenic Coast for the paper, Sunset Coast for the dies and the stamp set. So I'm just going to add this bird right here. Kind of push it down a little bit with my, I got a little bit too much glue on there. But you know, when that dries, I could take my embossing buddy and pounce it on there a little bit, and that will take care of any stickiness. So now I think we're ready to add this to the card. So I have 2 dimensionals left, 2 of my large dimensionals. Let me just see here. I think I have some more over in my basket, but I also have, I was doing a project at church with the youth, and we needed some dimensionals, and I didn't have time to order some, so I bought some. And so we're just going to use these also. I just have a couple left over here. And I'll get up in my basket after I'm finished with this live and fill up my little basket that I keep close to me on my desk. Sometimes I like to have things right here next to me at my desk so I'm not hopping up all the time. Take these off. Okay, we're going to add this to the card front. They get, those little papers get so much static. Okay, so there we go. And now all we have left is to glue a strip of DSP at the bottom of our inside piece. I know this is way too long, but I'm just going to cut it after I put it on there. So we'll go right, I'm not going to put it in here yet because I like to leave my insides until after I stamp a greeting on the inside or what I want to write in case I make a mistake, then I can always flip it over to the other side. One last thing, what do we have left to do? Put on our embellishments. Which of course you might say, where are our embellishments so we can put them on there? And I found them. So I still have a couple of colors left from my 2024-2026 in colors. So I'm going to use the Petunia Pop as my decoration for this card. I've used up all the other colors. I have a lot of Shy Shamrocks left. I'm going to have to make some things with Shy Shamrock. Oh, I don't know where that one went. You wouldn't think it could have gone that far, but it did. So we'll just take another one. There we go. And there we have it. Card number 6 for our week of Boardwalk Fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're watching me on YouTube, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I only need 3 more people, and then I will be able to do YouTube live videos. Because right now Facebook only lets you keep your videos up for 30 days and then they take them down, so I'm always downloading and uploading them to YouTube to save for longer. And that would just save me that step if I could just go ahead and do them online to start with. Online on YouTube to start with. Have a great day. Happy stamping. Bye.